thanks for checking in. I'm Emma. I'm the owner and founder of Zimt Chocolates, and I wanted to make a quick video about the climate strike that's going on tomorrow. The global climate strike that is happening in many locations across the world, including my own fair city, Vancouver, in Canada. Greenest city, 2020. Anyways, so about that, I had a few thoughts, and I wanted to weigh in. Not that anyone asked, but I think it's a little bit of a different perspective. And the reason being is that I haven't heard it before, right? And I've been chatting with people about it a little bit for most of the week, trying to kind of suss out what this whole thing's about, doing a tiny bit of research. And I decided that attending the climate strike is not something I wanted to do, okay? And that is because I don't think it's the best use of my time personally, okay? I'm not saying it's not the best use of your time personally. I have no idea. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. That's not even necessarily for you to decide. It just, is it or is it not? Like, you might not even know. Anyway, I decided it was not the best use of my time. So, global climate strike is in support of really hammering in on governments, right? As spurred by Greta's impassioned representation for youth who are now having these environmental atrocities basically put on them to deal with and to suffer through, okay? So let me start out by saying that I think it is fantastic that there is more awareness about all of this sort of stuff. Like, this is, if you can think of a bigger issue, please let me know. I can't think of anything more mission critical than the demise of the slow, uncomfortable, painful demise of the world. In fact, it's happened already. A lot of us haven't experienced it, right? Because we're in a place of privilege and we are able to mitigate those uncomfortable realities, right? And others are really not as fortunate. Okay. Anyway, so back to the climate strike. I think it's wonderful that folks are becoming more aware and are passionate about this. I think it's really, really good. Okay, but for me, I am actually going to be taking a business as usual approach. Okay, so business as usual for us at Zimt is unfortunately quite different from business as usual for a lot of businesses. Okay, so I started Zimt in a nutshell because I could not find a place to work that was in line with my ethics. So I wanted to stay in town. I wanted to stay close to family. I have an EU passport, so I could have just utilized that, but I did want to stay close to family, so I chose to stay here, and I'm fortunate that I am able to stay here. But I started the business because I was not satisfied with options for other companies to work for, okay? I wasn't satisfied in terms of their ethical standards for a whole slew of issues. It wasn't sufficient. So that is why I'm saying I'm taking a business as usual approach tomorrow, because that's still Zimt. From day one to day a billion, now whatever it is, that's still the approach. Business as usual is as ethical as possible, even when it's uncomfortable, okay? And that brings me to the next point. The issue I'm finding with the global climate strike, as fantastic as it is for people to be passionate about this issue, to want to make a change, okay, to feel empowered through community, to represent to others in their lives that they really care about this issue, that's fantastic. But I think we're targeting the wrong group. Okay? So Greta's speech was focused towards government. And I think that's important, right? I do think it's very important. I think that we do need to hold our government accountable. And I think she did a really fantastic job of conveying just how hurt she is and how unacceptable their behavior is, okay? I felt a lot when I listened to her speech. I felt really sad. I felt really, really sad because this is it's horrible. What's happening is horrible. And I hate that kids are going through this. Like kids I don't know, kids I know. I hate that grown-up humans are going through this who aren't able to escape what climate disasters are coming their way, right? Because of poverty. I hate what's happening to non-human animals because they're always the first to get the worst. I hate it. And that's why I am committed to doing things as ethically as possible, right? Because I don't want to contribute to that. And coming back to what Greta's focus was, and has seemed to be from the get-go, is focusing on government, okay? I don't know why we would have hope in the government for this. I don't know why. There are other big issues that deserve attention and have deserved attention over time. Not as big, so more manageable, okay? There are smaller issues that also are super important and deserve attention and would be a lot easier to resolve, and that hasn't happened. People have been outraged on different levels. I don't know about a level this big, but it's a problem that's very big, and it's a problem that is going to be a big challenge to resolve, okay? And the reason behind that is because it's not exclusively the government's fault, right? It's not. So the government and folks in power, not all, but I think it's safe to say that quite a few, most even, they have an addiction to money and power, okay? Again, not all. There's some really great people out there, okay? They will keep going where the money and power are going, okay? And where do they get that money and power? Well, a lot of it's through taxes, and a lot of that comes through how we conduct our own lives, okay? So ultimately, it comes back to us, right? We have to take not only ownership, but recognize our own collective power, and more importantly, conduct ourselves in a way that we are proud of, okay? I know that my individual efforts are not going to save the world. I know that millions of people's individual efforts are not going to save the world unless there's a huge influence and people really make these tangible day-to-day changes. The issue with that is they're unpleasant, and a lot of us aren't used to them, okay? Cutting back on things that are easy and convenient is hard, right? It's really hard, and I know because I do that. I've done that for a long time, over 13 years, I guess, and it's not easy, and I don't blame you for not wanting to do it if you don't do it, right? It's not that pleasant. It involves a switch, and change is hard, right? But change is also really important, okay? And it really comes down to what change you want to enact and how you want to conduct yourself and how much good you can do. Are you really doing your best? I don't know. Maybe. All I can say is I know that a good marker for doing our best is discomfort, okay? Because it's pushing us out of that safe zone. It's pushing us out of easy. It's pushing us out of convenient. And easy and convenient are so attractive, right? They're so attractive, but they come at a huge cost often, right? So what I'm thinking for the global climate strike is I hope it's really effective. I hope it does change some hearts and minds, but what I hope even more is that it changes people's day-to-day habits. And that's going to be about it for me. I'm going to pull that tofu out of the oven and carry on with my night, post this, and I'm going to find a few little things online and link them down below so you can take a peek, and maybe there's some new resources for you want to check out, but these are all little steps and little tricks that hopefully other people have posted. I should honestly, I should take more on myself and share a little bit about what I've learned over the many years I've been kind of trucking along with this kind of lifestyle. But I'm going to post some resources below, and hopefully you'll find them helpful, and hopefully you can keep that fire alive in yourself, not just tomorrow, right, if you go to the climate strike, but the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, because it's all of those days